Hello tacticians, it's Nox here and the final Jain Zar event is upon us. As always, I just want to say my quick thank yous, and today they go to Cyberclown, Dark Padre, Player 9242, Smegatron, Psy1 XFed, Reverend Jeffy, Felletai, TK24269, Skill Gannon and Elpins. All of you who've used my friend code, and I have to say thank you very much for doing so. It really does help me out, and your support is really what keeps me going. So this is the last time we will have to unlock or increase her rarity with this event. After this event, you'll have to be lucky enough to get the shards from the requisition scrolls, or further in the future, I will assume there will be the Samhain Mirror event where we will be able to fight against her eventually and get shards that way, very much like how we do almost every other character in the game. So for newer players, is this still worth doing for you? And basically yes, you may not be able to unlock her, which is a shame because she is a good character to use in the tournament arenas. However, it's not the end of the world. What is good is if you don't unlock her, the shards you get, as here you can see I've got 10 out of 70 shards, they will be transferred into Blackstone, and the Waystone fragments that you get, here I own a 305, they will have some transferal into gold. So it's still worth doing just to get a little bit extra Blackstone and a little bit of gold. Here I'm just going to go through the Alpha, Beta and Gamma with all of my unlocked toons on the right there, just so you can see how far that I've got with the characters that I have available. Now in Alpha I've got up to Battle 8 and managed to complete a number of the tasks there, and as you can see, even though I haven't completed Battle 9, 10 or 11, what I've actually done is, in the previous time we had this legendary event, I actually used those extra attacks that I had to basically kill off all the creatures to then unlock the next tier. The reason for this is this can get you those extra vital points to maybe unlock or get Jain Zar to the next rarity tier. In Alpha, the characters you need to watch out for most are the enemy snipers. These guys do a high amount of damage, and quite often they will try and target the same characters to kill them in one go. As such, you are going to need somebody who can either repair your mechanical units or heal your non-mechanical units. They also bring in a number of guardsmen. Now, what I try and do is I ignore the guardsmen and kill the snipers. The idea here is if you kill the sniper, some of the time, or if you're lucky, most of the time, it will scare off at least one of the guardsmen. So by focusing on the more dangerous characters, the others will just run away. And although the Inceptors can fly around and get into very annoying positions, they're not as strong, they don't do as much damage, and they are very resilient. So if there is something you need to leave to last to kill, it would be them. However, I would try to make sure they never get the high ground, because even these guys, even though they're pecking away at you, they will be doing it every turn, and it can add up very quickly. In the beta missions, I have managed to complete up to Battle 10, and this is mainly because of the Isabella turtling technique, which I've shown in previous videos. If you have Isabella, all you need to do is put her in the corner, surround her with high armoured friends such as Bellator and Burchard, Calgar if you have him, and her passive healing will keep them topped up as they weather the storm of enemy attacks. Using that tactic, I was definitely able to push further than I would have been able to do otherwise. In these battles, the enemy that does the most damage are those bloodletters, and if you're lucky enough to have one of the traitor guardsmen standing next to the bloodletter, then there is a chance that they will flee when the bloodletter is killed. Now there is a good thing. The bloodletters don't have ranged attacks, but trust me, you don't want a lot of these guys in melee. The Terminators will actually share some of the damage they take with each other and any other character standing next to them, which then lowers the damage output to those other characters. However, they're not that great in and of themselves. So again, first of all I would focus on the demons, then the traitor guardsmen, and then finally the Terminators. Finally, looking at Gamma, you can see I've done the same thing. I am up to Battle 10, and I've managed to complete a few of the options. However, if we look at the enemy characters, the ones to watch out for here are the Grot tanks. The reason for this is they have a very long range, which when you have Isabella, if they start targeting her, you can't necessarily hit them back, and they will hurt and possibly kill her, which means the little turtle sort of surrounding around Isabella will fall apart very quickly. The key here is the same as on the beta missions. Make the others run away. Kill the grots, kill the orcs, because when they die, there is a chance the tank will run away as well. If you have a choice of either shooting down an orc or a grot, shoot the grots. They're easier to kill and they spawn more of themselves. So always kill the grots first. Yes, the orcs have got an AoE grenade, which I guess if that AoE damage is causing hassles, which it may do, then maybe you want to target them first. It really is going to be depending on your run. With the final Jain Zar event, this will mean we have seen the exit of a second legendary event. So I imagine there will be a new one on the horizon. I obviously don't know when, but the most logical one will be for the final Space Wolf one. Now, if we compare the Space Wolves with the Eldari and the Tau, both the Eldari and the Tau got 2 legendary events each. At the moment, it only looks like we're going to get 1 for the Space Wolves, but we have to remember that these borders are only a placeholder and may not necessarily mean that is what it's going to be. So I believe we've certainly got 1 legendary event for the Space Wolves coming up. There is a possibility for a second, but we really don't know. So let me know how you are getting along in this event, and if you've got any tricks or tips that you could give to other players. If you like the content I do, then by all means think about using my friend code. It really would be appreciated. And if you or your guild are looking for a new home, then please reach out to any of the guilds shown here. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you, and maybe Jain Zar, on the battlefield.